Wait, how can I'm going to talk about moms and sons, and then the wife that he marries. And then I'm going to try to paint this picture as clear, as crystal clear as it can get. See, some of you have went out to the world and you're wealthy as hell, but you mad at your mom because you had to live in poverty, and you couldn't understand that back in her days, she was only making $2, $3, $4, $5, $7, all depends on minimum wages at that day and age. So if your mom was a single mom and she was really there for you and she wasn't on crack or whatever, she did the best that she could with whatever she could get. You understand? Now you making thousands of dollars, you living in big homes and driving nice cars and got stacks, you showing off stacks of bills. You got your mom living in poverty because you mad at her. Because she had you living in poverty and poor. We was poorer than all the other kids. But did she try to make meals for you? Even if it was a box of macaroni and cheese, did she try to feed you something? That's what I'm saying. So you mad about something, she ain't have enough money, or she didn't become this wealthy, rich person. So you hate your mom because why didn't you go to be a doctor? Why didn't you go to be this and that? Why didn't you do this? Why did other kids do that? Well, I think that as a single parent, in those day and age, your mind frame is, I gotta work for my kids. I gotta work. And I'm just living from paycheck to paycheck. I'm living one day at a dang time. And who's going to take care of my kids while I go to school? Who's going to do it? They barely wanted to watch my son when I wanted to go into the Air Force. Nobody wanted to watch my kids when I wanted to try out for singing. Auditions. Couldn't find nobody. No supportive help. Still don't have it. So we're going to squash all that, what I didn't do, how I didn't do things right, and all that. We're going to leave the past where it is. And that's where you should be at with your mother. You need to let go of any kind of grudgeful, hey, we had to go without enough. No, majority of y'all kids, your mama put your stuff on layaway, probably like me, at Kmart. And you did get stuff. So you need to stop playing. All my life, we just never had. You need to really stop it. Yes, you did have some rough moments, but it wasn't all my life. Looking for sympathy. You a grown-ass person now. 30, 40, you don't need nobody else's sympathy. You feel me? Now we're going to talk about how you're very quick to put this strange woman that got a beautiful face and a beautiful body up in a house than your own struggling mother. Hold up. You seen how hard your mother was struggling with you. And you knew that your mom only could do the best that she could. See, while you was growing up, you wasn't seeing those bills that was coming in. You didn't see the price of those bills. You didn't see those outrageous electric bills. $500, $800 in wintertime. Gas bills. Rent. See, you didn't see that. Now that you're a grown man and a grown woman, now you're starting to experience what bills is really about. You feel what I'm saying? You can't judge your parents because they ain't have enough money back then. They did the best they could. Out for $3 an hour. Double shift. Working your tail off for $3. 35 cents, $5, 25 cents. Minimum wages as they go up. Shoot, well, you guys are at 15, 16, 20 something. Shoot, that's like a lot of money to me. I get a job like that, man. I swear I think I'm rich. I'm a rich woman. I thought that I was a baller at $8 an hour. And then I went to 10. Man, you feel me? You guys are experiencing a luxury that we, my generation, have not experienced. So be grateful of the time that you're in and the money that you are making right now. You just have to budget. And I wish I knew about budgeting when I was growing up, because they didn't teach us that. Now, I'm going to speak on this. The order of things in the kingdom of God goes His way. Now, the order of things of the world is that you do whatever you want. You ain't got to listen to your parents. You ain't got to respect them. You ain't got to honor them. Okay? You just live however you want. But when it comes to God's kingdom and God's order of things, it goes God, because He's the head of the family, because God created the family for His own purpose. The family unit. Then when He was in the process of creating, He made a man and a woman, a husband and a wife. Then from the husband and wife came the children, the order of a thing. So if you notice the 10 Commandments, it did the order of a thing. It says that, first of all, love the Lord thy God, what? With all of your heart. And don't worship any other items. Then it goes down later on to say what? Honor your mother and your father. Ooh, some kids hate that. I ain't got to kiss my mama tail. I ain't got to kiss my daddy tail. Ooh, they hate that. The first thing that they do, and the Bible does say parents don't provoke your children. But if your parents is telling you right, the word of God and wisdom, that's not provoking you. That's just a demon in you that don't want to hear the word, the right thing. Tell the truth and shame the devil. That demon and that little hateful spirit is getting stirred up in you because you know that your mother is telling you right. Know that your dad is telling you right. And you don't want nobody to tell you what to do. So that's that rebellious spirit, right? It's a disobedient, dishonored, disrespectful spirit that's in you that don't want your mother and father telling you what is right in that moment in time. So they are bad parents, quote unquote, because they're telling you what's right. That's not provoking you. That's just giving you words of wisdom and leaving it alone. Okay? Now, if the dad is no longer in the picture, because we're still dealing with single moms, single dads, but we're going here with the single moms, because single moms been around for a long time. It goes God, your single mother, and then you. And then your children is up under you. So when you go out here, your mother been struggling for years, and you look to these strange women to treat them more better than your mother, to give them more respect and honor than your mother. How do you think this look to the eyes of God? Because some of these strange women have the audacity to make a young man feel bad about loving his mother. You ain't nothing but a mama's boy. Who else boy is he gonna be? And first of all, chick, why do I have to pick you over my mama in the first place? That should be a red flag right there, that you ain't the right one for me. Whenever you come across disrespecting my mama, oh, we done. We done. Because I see that it's going to be a battle, that you're going to always be in competition with my mama with me. And no woman should be making a man have to choose between his mama and her. Now, let me break it down for you so you can get a more crystal clear understanding of this. God put that woman, that mother, right there in that position. That's an unmovable position. Mom, M-O-M, unmovable. This is a woman for life. This is a woman that will be in his life for until the day she died. And even her spirit will come and visit her son. So this is something that no other woman can move. This is a woman that no other woman can move. Her and God is joined together. Now, how you going to move her and God out of the position? You going to catch hell. That mama and God going to give you hell. So we establish who M-O-M is. That's the first woman. That's going to be the first. And that's going to be last, because these outside women, it's no guarantee that they're going to stay faithful, that they're going to remain with you, because you could say anything to tick them off and they'll run into the arms of another man. Now, some of them, the sons, you're so quick to go buy these strange women homes. Give them all your money. But you got your mama living in poverty. You got your mom still in the projects. Or you got your mom living in a decapitating home that's falling in all around her. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You willing to go outside of your mother to help these women live good. But what about that woman that gave you birth? What about that woman that you seen in the middle of the night, preparing the next day to get your school clothes ready, or washing clothes by hands the old-fashioned way? Do you remember that? Did you forget that? Maybe she'll run a bathtub and start her wash in the bathtub, and she'll just scrub the school clothes by hand because she ain't have a wash machine. I remember those moments. I remember my grandmother also, but they had a wash tub and a wash scrub board. I'm talking about these type of women. Stayed up in the middle of the night, and you could see the veins in the back of their legs from being on their legs so much. I'm talking about those type of women. I'm talking about those type of women where the hands cramp because they've been up working and ironing clothes and folding clothes, getting meals ready for the next day, or even where you didn't have to worry about cooking because she already had the meals ready after school. You just popped it in the microwave. I'm talking about those type of moms. Even if your mom was on crack, you don't know what drove her to that. And I know that she wasn't there, but you don't know if some spiteful man wanted your mom turned out. You really don't know. And you know, once it gets into their system, your mom basically had a disease that kept her running out towards the streets. And I know that you was neglected. But you have to forgive your mom, and you have to set yourself free from that too as well. Those that is still living with that pain of not having mom there, dad was locked up in prison or whatever. You gotta set yourself free. You can't be holding on to that bitterness. And then, come on, look around you. Look how people on drugs is. They're not even in the right mind. They're helpless people right now. It's a fix now. It's like, even though they don't want to go, but because it's inside of their body, until they can get some kind of medicine to push that stuff out of their body, they're running the street to what they need. right? So let's move past that childishness, because they ain't gonna understand even if you confront them. The drugs got them so spaced out, they're not gonna even understand. So you need to let go of holding on to old, hurtful childhood pain. You gotta let it go, or you just gonna be stuck and trying to forever make them pay for not being there. I hate you, bitch. Let's tell the truth, shame the devil. You was never there for me. And you 30 and 40 years old still talking like that. Right? That's a dead sign that you need counseling to talk that shit out. And I'm being honest and truthful. Okay? But guess what? Even as that Tupac said, even as a crack fiend, you still was my black queen. You feel me? Even he acknowledged his mother as a queen. You get it? Because if it wasn't for your mom, you wouldn't even be here. You wouldn't even have that money. You wouldn't even have the girl that you with. You wouldn't even have the car, because you wouldn't even be in existence. You wouldn't even be that lawyer, that doctor that you went on to better your life. That's good, because I'm quite sure that even if your mother was strung out, I'm quite sure that that's all she wanted for you, was a good life for you. I'm quite sure she's not hating on you or jealous of you. Okay? So now that we established mom, who she is, where her position is, how she's separate from any other woman that you bring into your life. Mom should never be compared to your outside women. You feel me? Why? Because it goes God, mom, and that's mom DNA blood that is flowing through you. So you and your mother is bonded for life. Now, what happens? You become an adult man and woman. You go outside to go find you a wife or a husband. Well, these are non-blood relatives related. Now, this non-blood woman is coming into your mom's bloodstream. Your mom established family. Is that clear? As crystal clear as it can get. Your boyfriend or your male friend is coming and being engrafted, if you marry, being engrafted into your mother DNA family. They're not going to come in and rule over your MOM. Because your mom is seeing them as you're an outsider that have been married into my family. You are the outsider that have been married into my family. That's why they become daughter-in-laws. That's why they become son-in-law. So you are extension of my children. Now you're my daughter-in-law. That means the same respect that I have for I expect out of my children, for their husband and wife to give me that same honor and that same respect in the eyes of God. Do you get that? These are your daughter-in-laws. That's your daughter that just got married into your family. This is your son-in-law. This is your son that just got married into your family. So your family just got larger. larger. But if they coming in with a disrespect to your main woman, that mama, oh, it's going to be problems. This is why some of those young women are having problems, because lady, I just met you 2 years ago. I felt that you was the right woman to marry, but you ain't gonna be disrespecting my dang mama like that. Are you getting? There's no way that you a strange woman coming into this woman's family and giving out orders and demands. No, I think that they got that twisted and reversed. You're coming into this woman family. This is the root of the family. This is the woman where it all began and started. You taking on her last name through her son. You're getting my last name through my son. Oh, they don't understand. And wonder why they have to have powwow meetings with other women in the same predicament. I'm gonna need him to choose who he really married to, me or his mom. Nah, he ain't gotta choose that. You wrong for that. You wrong for that. What you trying to do is trying to control the whole atmosphere. You're trying to control the whole thing. You're trying to make his mom bow down to you. That's a queen. That's the ace of queen. No, the spade of queen. She's the spade. If Papa's still around, he's the king. There's no way that you, being a daughter-in-law, gonna rule and give out nothing. You ain't gonna tell this woman how to do things, the way to do things. You coming into her family. And you could come in respectfully, or you could come in disrespectfully, and you're gonna catch hell. And you talk about somebody mama for too long, you gonna lose him or you gonna lose her altogether. Because a child may be mad at their parents like I don't know what, but they only gonna let you keep on saying words about their mama for so long. Like, all right now, okay, all right, it's okay for me to talk about my mama, but I think you doing it overboard. I think you going way too far. And they gonna flip-flop on you. I just chose this message because I seen something on the television. It was a group of women, young women, and I was hearing them, and he's gonna have to make a choice decision whether it's gonna be me or his mama. You ain't God. Who are you? What you mean? What you mean? That man never have to make a choice about him and his mama. What are you trying to control about him that you need that mama out the picture? Because you know mamas are sharp. And if you ain't trying to do him no wrong and trying to control and dictate, then mama ain't got to go nowhere. It seems like you need that mama out the picture, because mama will sit back and watch your every move and listen to every word that you say. And probably he got a sharp mom that you need him, his mama, to be out the way so you can use your manipulating mind game on him. I seen one young lady, mom just in the back. Mom said, I don't care which one. I can sit in the front or the back, right? And the young lady was telling the mom, oh, you're going to have to sit in the back because I'm the wife. I found it very disrespectful because that shouldn't have even been an issue. That's your mother-in-law. Your mom, you can sit in the front. I mean, that's how I would think that a healthy daughter-in-law will respond. No, Mom, I'm good. We're just here. We're just glad that you're with us today. I mean, you would think that that's how their mentality would be, right? This girl spent over 30 minutes arguing with him about his mama being in the front seat. And Mom is like, oh, I'll get in the back. I don't care. Hey, I'm with y'all. With my son. It was the girlfriend that was making a big deal. Or the new wife. For some reason, these women outside, strange women, feel that the son always got to put them first, then they mama. You can't take that away from that man. That's his birth mama. You can't put yourself before this woman. This is an ordained position of this woman. Whether you like it or not, you will never be number one in his life. That mama is number one always in his life. Even if he's mad at her, he'll say stuff about his mama out of spite. But you know what? Well, after he don't thought about that stuff, my mama is always there. My mama, even if you cheat on me and you don't like what I say and you don't like what kind of man I am, guess what? My mama loves me to death. My mama always gonna see me as the apple of her eye. I could probably be a murderer, and then mama's still going, but you, okay, baby, I know that you murdered those people, but I know that they had to do something to you. I mean, mama always going to find a way. So I think, from my own personal opinion, that I'm entitled to have, I think that you're wrong. I think that women are wrong. That you are coming into this woman's, basically her household, her family household, her family bond, her family blood, her family DNA, and you trying to run her, and you trying to run the son, you trying to run everything like you don't started this gangster stuff. You didn't start nothing. That woman did. Her and God and the daddy. And for some of you sons, you mean to tell me that you need love from outside women that much to the point that you put them over your mother? You will honor and respect them more than your mother. Right? Because, oh, I'm mad at my mom because she worked a lot and she was never there for us. Or she beat me. You told Harpo to beat me. She beat me because I wanted to go to the store and steal. My mom beat me because I wanted to get into stuff and she didn't feel that I should be getting into it. And she whooped me with iron clay, she whooped me with belts. So I just want to ask you, did you get in trouble though? I mean, like, did you check yourself? I mean, did it help you? I mean, did it help? Did it keep you out of trouble? That's all I'm just asking. I'm talking about the ass whooping. Did it work? Because probably some of you didn't end up in juvie because of those ass whoopings. I'm just saying, did it work? Now, I'm not talking about the ones where you were severely, like, your mom touched you, your mom had you doing some crazy stuff that a child should not have been doing. I can't fix that one. I can't fix that inner part of you. You know what I'm saying? That's something that it's going to take counseling and talking, and it's going to come down to a point that if she's still alive, you're going to have to do like I had to do. You're going to have to confront your abuser. You got to confront them, and hopefully your mom will be open enough to be able to talk about what you need to talk about. If not, only thing you could do is forgive and just keep moving on and keep working on yourself, because you got to keep working from the inside out. Beauty comes from inside, then out. You can't be a healthy man for a woman if you still have hate towards your mom. Because however you treat your mom, eventually you're going to treat that woman the same way. Because you're going to look at her like she your mama, and I can't stand this part about my mama, so I can't stand you. And you're going to reflect that off on her. Are you understanding? Some of you got some anger problem from childhood, and nobody can deliver you except you. And you're refusing to let go of past pain, memories, and hurt. You just keep on holding on to it, and you make every woman pay the price for whatever happened to you. You make me pay the price. You make innocent women paying the price for all what your mom did and all the other women's before you making them pay the price. You tear down. I'm a spiritual woman. They don't call me all kind of bitches and hoes and fat bitches and fat hoes. I'm really, if I really wanted to put it out there, I'm a minister of the Lord with my certificate. And they don't call me all kind of fat bitches. I got my certificate. I've been evangelizing for a minute, then I went astray, backslid, you know. I felt like God didn't love me, so I was in my own little thing too. You feel me? I had a rough childhood life too. I used to blame men, all the men's, for everything that happened to me, for the rape, for the molestation. I hated men. And I don't like to be around certain men because they trigger that hate. Why would I want to be around abusive men that's going to trigger hate against men? No, God showed me that there's loving men, and I want to be around positive, uplifting men. And same way with you. Why would you want to be around women that's going to trigger that hate in you? You're making the choice to choose what type of woman you want in your life. Nobody else making that choice and decision. You choosing these women based on looks. Maybe you need to stop just basing things on looks and really examine the inner person and the inside of a person. The Bible says that you will know them by the fruits that a woman bear or a man bear. If they bear in some part of God's word and the fruits, joy, peace, patience, maybe you need to stop looking only for a woman about what the outside she carries. Maybe she got everything she needs for you from the inside. I'm just saying. Maybe your judgment been off because it's all been about looks. It's all been about exterior, outer looks. And then they come in and they just remind you of past hurt, past memory, saying the same words that you heard from childhood. I don't want to hear that mess. Especially if you don't outgrew it and you don't overcame it. Why I want to hear you telling me how ugly I am, and I've been told that my whole life. What the hell I want to hear you say that for? How fat I am. I ain't gonna be nothing. I don't want to hear nobody talk like that to me. That's abuse. And I learned abuse towards in domestic violence classes, something that men don't want to be a part of, but you are an abuser. And the more that you're in denial, you're just hindering your own healing. You're in denial of abusing women and being abusive towards women. You blame women for everything. They're always verbal abusive. You put women down. You call any woman, every woman, a bitch and a hoe. That's an abuser. And you refuse to go get help. But you're forever looking for a woman to be your wife. Then they have the audacity to get mad at you because you don't want to be with them. Hell no, because you know what's going to happen? Your abuse is going to trigger my abuse because I can become just as aggressive as you can. So therefore, I know that a man like you cannot be equal to me because you're going to try to control me and I'm going to stand in my own power. And water and oil just don't mix. We both in the house setting each other off like dynamites. Being triggered. Being triggered by every word. Being triggered. Constantly triggered. No peace. But when you meet the opposite, see, you may be more aggressive, then God will send you a woman that's more patient. I may be more of the aggressor, or if you will, because being triggered, but then God may send me a man that's more patient and more understanding to even it out. So you just have to wait. Now, getting back to the mom and son deal, and the daughter-in-law. So we understand where mom stands, right? We understand that your mom is the most precious thing that God could have given you, right? Because some don't have their mother, right? And you still got yours. Whether she a crackhead or what. Dang, there's my mom. Yeah, she right there though. I see her. She up there on that corner where she normally be. But you see her though, right? You still got her near you. You still got her presence on this earth, right? Because some don't have their mom present. Some don't have their mom at all on this earth. And I'm saying time is running out for you to keep on holding on to old hurt, pain, grudges. You got stuff to do. You're blocking your own blessing. You're praying for a wife, but you can't forgive your own mom. You have a hate and anger still towards your own mom. Why would he give you a wife so you could reflect and take that anger out on her and abuse her and hurt her for no reason? Everybody knows about AAA, right? And the first step that they teach you, right? Because AAA could be used for all kind of problems and issues. The first thing that they teach you is what? That you have to admit your problem and that you can't continue to be in denial that you are a abuser. And when more and more men confess it, more and more men are going to feel more comfortable at saying, I am an abuser, but I want to change it. Are you getting it? That means that I don't want to be abusive like my dad and my grandpa because it runs in the family. You want to be the generation to break the yoke, to break the pattern, to break abuse, beating women, verbally putting and cutting them down and slicing them with your words. You want to be the generation of man that honors his mother and father, that honors his mom. If she's the only person in his life, you want to honor her while you still have her with you. This wife right here, they come and go like you changing your underwears. As you can see, if a marriage lasts 5 years, it's considered successful. You feel me? That means you got a successful marriage, because most marriage be ending, 6 to a year to 2 years? But your mom, she always gonna be there until she pass away. And I guarantee you, you gonna miss her presence. Even if you argue with your mom, you gonna miss the presence of her rebuttaling you and arguing back with you. You gonna miss her being gone. Right? So for the wife, Bible says that a man leaves his mother and father and cleaves to his wife. That's your husband. And then you guys are in your own household, right? You're in your own household and you're creating your own family. So this is your household, right?